we are introduced to Danny Rourke, a detective from the Austin Police Department who is currently attending a therapy session. During the session, he reflects on the traumatic event of his 7-year-old daughter named Minnie being abducted, which ultimately led to the breakdown of his marriage. It is revealed that he was at a park watching his daughter play when he got distracted for a few seconds. If only he didn't have such a thing for pinwheels. Upon turning back around, he discovered that Minnie had disappeared. The person responsible for the abduction has been apprehended, but was not charged as he was deemed mentally unstable. Following the therapy session, Danny is picked up by his coworker Nix, who informs him that they have received an anonymous tip-off call regarding an upcoming bank heist targeting a specific safe deposit box. According to Nix, the recent string of bank robberies has involved the same bank, but at different branches. However, the strange thing about this robbery is that the thief is specifically targeting a safety deposit box that does not contain any money. Maybe it has pinwheels. Upon their arrival outside the bank, Danny and Nix enter a police van to maintain surveillance on people both inside and outside the building. During their stakeout, they observe a mysterious man named Lev Delareign, who seems to possess an uncanny ability to easily hypnotize people. The power is demonstrated when he hypnotizes a woman, causing her to feel so hot that she removes her shirt on the street. And people say hypnotism is for nerds. Delareign then hypnotizes some bank employees and even police officers who obediently follow his commands as he enters the bank. Sensing something amiss, Danny quickly exits the van and gets into the bank, pretending to open a bank account. He promptly makes his way to the deposit box room and unlocks the targeted safe. To his surprise, he discovers a photograph of Minnie, along with the message, "Find Lev Delareign," written on it. I can already tell this movie is going to have a bad twist. Meanwhile, Delareign stands at the counter line when the bank security guards suddenly erupt into chaos. At the same time, he hypnotizes a bank employee, who then heads into the safety deposit room to retrieve the targeted box. Danny, who is already present in the room, aims his gun at the employee and demands that she freeze. However, she disregards his order and continues her search for the desired box. The hypnotized guards also enter the room and shoot Danny, causing him to collapse. But fortunately, his bulletproof vest shields him from harm. Following this incident, both the employee and the security guards exit the bank and board a van, intending to escape. Simultaneously, the woman who had experienced intense heat earlier stands in the middle of the road. This results in several accidents, including one involving the van carrying the bank employee and the security guards. Shortly after, Delareign retrieves the safety deposit box from the deceased bank employee and plants a timed bomb right before making his escape. Danny, accompanied by 2 of his juniors, spots Delareign and chases after him. They eventually manage to corner him at a rooftop. As the 2 detectives approach to handcuff him, Delareign suddenly uses his hypnotic abilities and manipulates them into firing their weapons on each other. Danny seems really bent out of shape about this. Delareign then leaps off the building, swiftly vanishing from sight. After the chaos ends, Nix arrives at the scene and informs Danny that all the witnesses have no recollection of the events due to the effects of hypnosis. Danny, who is convinced that the heist is somehow connected to his daughter's disappearance, embarks on his own investigation. On the same night, Nix contacts him and relays the results of a trace conducted on the previous tip-off call. Wasting no time, Danny proceeds to the specified location and finds a therapy facility owned by a fortune teller named Diana Cruz. He tells her about the purpose of his visit, and the 2 start a conversation. But when Danny mentions the name Delareign, she becomes scared and orders him to leave the place immediately. Unbeknownst to them, Delareign lurks outside the facility. He sneaks up behind a biker and hypnotizes him, causing him to ride a motorcycle through Diana's window. The man says, "Delareign will not stop," before committing the unthinkable in a weird and unconvincing way. Following the incident, Danny takes Diana into protective custody and proceeds to question her. The latter discloses that both the bank heist and the recent incident are the results of Delareign exploiting his supernatural abilities. She explains that Delareign is a hypnotist with the capability to manipulate and control minds using a psychic bandwidth. Danny asks how she knows so much about hypnotics, to which she replies that that she is also one of them. According to Diana, both she and Deloraine underwent training in a covert government hypnosis division designed to harness mind control. However, Deloraine became the most powerful disciple and ultimately turned to evil. Oh my god. It's Star Wars for street magicians, and Ben Affleck is pissed. Deloraine is now looking to gain control over the whole country. Hearing all of this, Nix, who is also present there, simply chuckles, like a good proxy for the audience. He doesn't believe in all of this and claims that she's joking. In response, Diana hypnotizes Nix, compelling him to step outside for fresh air. After this, she reveals that Danny possesses a strong immunity to mind control, perhaps because he is severely depressed these days. Diana knows this because she tried to hypnotize him earlier, but was unsuccessful. On the other hand, Deloraine appears outside the police station and hypnotizes Nix. He then orders the poor guy to attack his friends. As Nix enters the investigation room, Diana quickly realizes that something is wrong with him, so she suggests that they run away. She claims that Nix will not regain consciousness until he fulfills his assigned task. Despite Diana's advice, Danny tries to stop his friend and even handcuffs him. However, Nix continues his desperate attempts to reach for his gun, ignoring the pain given by the handcuffs. When the situation gets out of hand, Diana grabs Nix's gun and shoots him in the head, killing him on the spot. Fortunately, Danny is a sociopath, and this barely seems to affect him at all. The news of Nix's untimely demise quickly spreads through television broadcasts, and Danny and Diana are shown as the perpetrators. With no options left, Diana proposes that they travel to Mexico, where she knows someone capable of thwarting Deloraine. Danny is skeptical about the idea, but he has no choice